In the previous lesson about Twinmotion, we saw how we can populate our scene using different objects and elements like natural organic elements, but also how we can create simple geometry and perhaps also like a really simple building like this one here. So in this video, we're gonna import something more complex, a more complex building from the exterior. So we focus mainly on how we can create objects, how we can multiply those, how we can create arrays, and how we can do more organic effects or more architectural effects like a little architectural model or a more realistic view like this one here. So when we start to bring in assets from the libraries and we can start to work with the materials, things can get really realistic, more interesting, and you can hunt people and cars and IVs and grass and flowers and so on. So everything it's a little bit more alive than like a really standard rendering. So this is one of the best thing in Twinmotion, and you can see also the difference between the real time and the path tracer. Now path tracer stands out more in other scenes when you have a lot of reflections and not really when you are from a distance. So we're more closer, probably gonna see better the path tracer render engine. So in this video, we will continue to talk about setting up the scene, and we're gonna focus more on the environment. So how we can change a little bit the environment, how we can have like some atmospheric effect like rain and snow, and those also are gonna be affected by the wind, and they're gonna be animated like the water right there that we applied in the previous video. So this is the scene that we created in the last video. Just to recap, it's better to have a point of view. Otherwise, you need to fill all your project with trees and flowers, and it will be really heavy, even though we have a level of detail. So the further we get, the less detail we have, and the closer we get, the more we're gonna see flowers and grass and rocks and all that stuff. But even though we need to think about what our cameras will be, what our frame will be, and don't work outside frame. Now we also saw we can import landscapes and also satellite images. Now this is from SketchUp, but you have other surfaces that can help you to bring in not only the landscape, like for that we can use the height map, but also the texture in order to make things again more interesting. So we're gonna talk more about materials in this video. Also, we can import and substitute the materials or fix UV and mappings problems that we have from imported files. So we already talked a lot about importing different assets from CAD, from BIM, from Building Information Modeling, from Revit, ArchiCAD, 3ds Max, Rhino, and so on. But we're gonna focus more on this import phase because it's really tricky sometimes, can deserve like some bad surprises. So I'm gonna use again this day and night skies template that I find in the template page when I click on the little house button in Twinmotion. So I'm gonna start with this because then we can use some preset ambience, and then we're gonna work a little bit with those ambience or environments. So this is the file I'm gonna use. Now this is from Blender. I've chosen Blender because it's open source, so anyone can install it and use it. Or you can pick any project that you can find on Sketchfab or on any other website. Now in this case, I have this one here, which I created in another course called the 3D architecture in Blender. And I'm gonna use this project right here. And right now I'm exporting everything in FBX. So we can try these two types of exports, FBX and GLTF. Now there are also other options depending on also on the software that you're using. So I'm going to talk about generic stuff that can be used also for other software. And here, one important thing is to apply the modifiers in the mesh section. Why? Because modifiers in Blender are not actual 3D objects, but they are like generated. It's kind of generative design, parametric design. So we need to convert everything into real meshes, real objects, real polygons. And also I'm using here the GLTF, which is another format that I usually use. And again, I make sure that I have UVs. I make sure that I have here, let's go in the mesh. You can see I make sure I have apply modifiers. So any format I use, I want to make sure to do that. Otherwise, I will have problems with objects, with UVs, with materials when I get in Twinmotion. So the better you work in your 3D software, the less you need to work and fix and adjust things in Twinmotion. Now, another possibility is to use the Blender Datasmith export. I've done other video guides about Datasmith export for Unreal Engine in that case, but we can try also to use it in Twinmotion. Now, not always these versions are up to date, so you can just download it and try it. This is what I'm doing. So you can click on download in the GitHub page, download the plugin, and then you need to install it in Blender. Now, if you don't know how to use Blender, if you're interested, you can check the Blender video course. I'm not going to explain everything here, but essentially Blender has a lot of add-ons that you can add, and this is all open source. So also this one here, it's an add-on that you can add to the list. So I'm going to go to edit preference and install this add-on right here just by looking for, well, I need to install it first and then I can activate it. So this is usually how it works in Blender. So you have like extra stuff, and to create this architecture project, I use a lot of downloaded and installed external add-ons together with internal add-ons, and you can deactivate the add-ons from this panel right here. Now again, I don't want to spend too much time in Blender. I'm just using Blender to explain some concept to you in a practical way, so you can definitely see them. Now you can see I can also export in Datasmith file, but make sure it works. If it doesn't, you can use OBJ, you can use GLTF, FBX, wherever. Now, if you're coming from 3ds Max, Rhino, Cinema 4D, ArchiCAD, Revit, and all of those, you will definitely have something that is not actual mesh, but it's like NURBS for Rhino, or like generative creation or modifiers from Cinema 4D. Now make sure that you apply those modifiers or you convert everything into mesh. Otherwise, you're gonna have problems. I'm gonna see that. Now I'm gonna import first the FBX and let's see what's gonna happen. Now I usually select collapse by material, but you want to use that if you worked properly with materials in your file. Otherwise, it's probably better to keep the hierarchy so you can access each single element in your scene. But it's going to be a longer process. So if you work with materials directly in your scene before you actually export it, it's going to be way easier to work in Twinmotion. So you can see here I've applied the same material for this wood, and you know, I've selected some of these materials and applied those materials in the project. And this one here is an example of a generative object. So if I go in the modifier tab in Blender, you can see that this can be modified and it's generative, so I can update it constantly. And also the materials, you can see I will apply the materials here, and those are not going to be like within the object until I bake everything into a mesh. I need to convert everything into a mesh, or I need to apply the modifier. So that's what I was talking about, but we're going to make more examples later in the video. So you can see also this is a curtain wall, and it already has two materials, one for the frame and one for the panels, and that's the way it should be. So you need to have multi-materials applied to one single object if you want to create more than one. So you either go here to apply everything, and if it doesn't, you need to convert. So right click and convert into a mesh. This is how it's done in Blender, but again, it's similar in other software. When you export from Rhino, it's going to ask you to change into polygons, your NURBS geometry, and in Cinema 4D as well, you can convert everything into